Good day, my darling oddities, and welcome back to Otter Space, the part of your brain that's always able to ferret out a good time. This is broadcast from Otter Space. I'm your host, Otter, and today my guest is Mr. Aegis.
Hello. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. Good to see you. Good to have you here. You're looking dapper and fancy, and I appreciate you showing up, so thank you for that. So, hiya, hello, Bit Shepherd. Thank you for stopping in. Welcome to Otter Space. I see Parker166. Sketch the Wolf can't stay, but wanted to show some love to you both. Much obliged. Sketch, much obliged. Thank you for stopping in. And right before stream, Bio dropped us a bit, which I love and appreciate. So thank you, Bio. If you're out there still, you hear me. Either way, thank you, everybody, for coming on by. Thank you, Mr. Aegis, for being here. And for anybody that's not familiar with you, why don't you go ahead and give us an introduction?
Yes, absolutely. So, my name is Mr. Aegis, and I am a teacher. I'm a health teacher in the real world. I decided to start streaming just under about a year ago. And I thought, well, I'll stream health lessons. I'll teach people about health via VTubing, which seemed like a good idea at the time. Still seems like a good idea so far. But I play some variety games just to keep everyone entertained so far. It's, odd enough that people would come and watch a cartoon badger teach them about nutritional supplements and sleep health and all that kind of thing. The fact that people will spend 3 or 4 hours with me on a random Saturday afternoon learning, it's not the normal thing that I see most VTubers doing.
Yeah, you know what? It is good. It's always good to see a unique approach to VTubing. Because we got gamers coming out of our ears, which is not a bad thing, but it is always refreshing when you see something just a little bit off center from the norm. So great to see you, great to have you here. Thank you for doing what you freaking beans! So many beans! No, it's the haunted one too. God damn it, Steve! Okay, so Mr. Aegis has already been introduced to several things in Otter Space, so let me just quickly let you know what just happened there. So the bean is one of our haunted redeems, so there's a ghost in Otter Space, and for whatever reason, at some point down the line, I will be reassaulted by that bean barrage.
Some kind of space ghost?
Some kind of space ghost, and it affects me coast to coast, too, so greetings, Chaos, welcome back. Chaos was my last guest. Soft. This is true. Well, the bean... and the other one! Oh, Valley of Plenty. Oh, Valley of Plenty. Oh. Okay.
Man, you get coins and soft stuff. They just pelt me with dodgeballs and spitballs and throw desks.
Well, that's very school appropriate, and I respect that. The coins are actually chocolate coins. So, they don't feel any guilt over hitting me with them.
Guilt. I get it. Guilt. I love it.
And the bean is anything but soft. So, anyway, both of those last redeems are cursed ones, and Chaos knows it, so that's why he did that. And apples. Well, see, that's appropriate, too. You got very thematically appropriate attacks on your stream, Mr. Aegis. I appreciate and respect that. Alright, so Mr. Aegis has asked for the start of the stream for us to show a slideshow that he is providing, so let me go ahead and grab that screen and bring it up, and here it is. So Mr. Aegis, go ahead and take it away.
Yes, thank you very much. So when I start my streams, I always do a little bit of an exercise. As a health teacher, one of the most important things I like to talk about is breathing. It's the simplest and easiest thing you can do, and if you didn't know, you will die if you don't do it.
I didn't know.
So you might as well do it right. I always do this breathing exercise before we start because in the modern world, we tend to breathe about 3 to 4 times faster than we should. And this leaves us more susceptible to stress and anxiety, leads to high blood pressure, high heart rate. And if you can just take 1 minute of your time, 1 minute of your day to just take 3 deep breaths, it will improve your health and mental well-being, I guarantee it. So I want you to follow along with me, everyone. So I want you to sit up straight, nice and straight in your chair, but still be comfortable. And then I want you to unclench yourself. But your jaw. I want you to unclench your jaw. And then roll your shoulders back a little bit. Keep your feet flat on the floor. And then I want you to take one hand, or paw, or claw, or tentacle, or hoof, or whatever it is you have on the end of your limbs, and put it over your chest. And then I want you to take the other hand, or paw, or claw, or tentacle, or hoof, or whatever it is that you have on the end of your other limb, and put it on your abdomen. Because we want to feel the breath be pulled down deep into our diaphragm. Down deep where we have more surface area, give ourselves more time to enjoy that delicious oxygen. And when we breathe in, we're going to breathe in through our nose. We're going to hold it gently, and then we're going to exhale slowly for 8 seconds, which is why this is called a 4-7-8 breathing exercise, interestingly enough. And you see the little pink ball going around the GIF there? It's a GIF, not a GIF. When you see the little pink ball go to the top, it's when you breathe in. And we're going to wait for it to come around one more time. At the top, in the dark green section, is where we breathe in. In the white is where we hold it, and in the light green is where we exhale, nice and slow. All counted out. So when you're ready, and breathe in. And hold it. And exhale, nice and slow, all the way out. Empty your lungs. And around again, breathe in. And hold it. And exhale. And one more time, ready, breathe in. And hold it. And exhale, nice and slow, completely empty your lungs. We rarely completely empty our lungs as we go through our normal day. And that's it. That's all. I always ask the class just to give me 60 seconds. Thank you so much for following along.
A little lightheaded, not gonna lie. All right. Oh wait, was there more teachers?
Nope.
Okay, we're gonna come back around to that. Okay, good morning. No, not good morning. Oh my Rika, why am I surrounded by so many people that say good morning? The bean doesn't understand good afternoon, good evening, good night. The bean just understands good morning. So it'll be like 8 o'clock at night. Good morning, right, Bean? Yeah. Hello, Rika. Welcome. Okay, so Mr. Aegis, so I do have a quick question. I was under the impression you were a ferret. Are you a ferret or are you a badger? And I know it's rude to ask the species of my guests, but I am curious.
No, they are actually quite closely related, which some people don't understand. Mm-hmm. Ferrets and badgers are quite closely related. I am a badger. I do have 2 ferrets. Their names are Moki and Ori. I did, in fact, name them after Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh, okay.
And if you would like, at the very end of the stream, if the viewers are good, if the class is good, we might show them.
We might have some ferret time at the end if you guys behave.
We might, if you all behave, but it doesn't seem like that's what you all do over here. It seems like you misbehave all the time.
You got to give me credit, though. I kept my shit together during the extra pelting I got in the center there. So... I think I sprouted some extra limbs at some point, but that's not the first time it's ever happened. All right, well, so thank you for clearing that up. Otter and Badger, hello, welcome to Outer Space. I think otters and badgers are also closely related, so we could be cousins.
I might have to ask a little question about that later, actually.
Uh-oh, sneak peek, spoiler alerts. All right, so badger, mushroom. All right, let's see here. Okay, so we've already kind of touched on a lot of my early interview type questions. Behave or beehive? Oh my goodness! I mean, you know what? I might need to have a beehive
not
attack.
The bees. No,
the bees
not
will
the
blot out
bees.
the sun. All right, so you answered all. So I have like a handful of introductory interview questions bolded on my little list here, and you actually just kind of went through all of them without me having to ask them, so we're gonna move right on ahead. So my first question, probably the most important question I'm gonna be asking anybody during these little interviews, and that question is Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle?
I would prefer to have a Bulbasaur.
Okay, why is that?
Because plants seem to be the most important thing in the world. We can do without animals. And, fire is great and all. But a plant Pokemon could, I think, get you a little bit farther. And Bulbasaur, if you remove the little vine thingy from it, it's actually the cutest one.
I mean, with the bulb, he's pretty cute, too. Bulbasaur is my first starter when I first played Leaf Green. Some people out there had first Leaf Green as their first game. I'm so old. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, all right. Well, thank you very much. Very good. So, all right. So pretty, all streamers are content creators. All content creators are not streamers. But, so I like to ask questions about content creation and, kind of what landed you here, what brought you to where we are at the first place. But let me ask you the very first question. So, as a VTuber, there's some reason that you chose, to look the way you do. And I'm curious as to what kind of inspirations there are behind your design. Other than looking dapper as hell.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I wanted something that was going to be very approachable for people. I was not necessarily into the anthrosphere, but my school's mascot is the badger, so it seemed perfect. And I wanted something that would be, again, approachable, really kind of soft and relaxing. And that seemed to be the better idea than, a human face, which is great and all. And I do have a human face somewhere in here. But I think people like this sort of fun approach. And if I were to do this with younger students, if I were to do this for, an actual school presentation, I think kids would enjoy it.
Oh, that would be interesting. Now, have you ever thought about going that route?
I have, in fact, and I would like to explore that sometime in the future.
That's very interesting. I think, so what school age do you teach, if you don't mind me asking?
I currently teach high school. I have had to student teach for all levels. You are required to do that in my state in order to be licensed. So I've had to teach elementary, middle, and high school, but I'm currently teaching high school.
All right, very interesting. So, fun limited edition Otter fact over here. I almost became a teacher. I was actually studying for my state's teacher licensing exam right out of college, and I just kind of fell backwards into elder care, kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. And I've been
interesting.
I've been in elder care ever since, and I just was like, you know what? I don't think I want to be a teacher anymore. And so I didn't get my degree in teaching, but I did get specialized like subjects, and I was studying about
actually super interesting. I was actually working at an elder care facility when I found out I could get my teaching degree. I did a master's in kinesiology, which is human movement science. So I was going the route of physical care, like physical therapy type things, and was working at an elder facility when my state told me, oh yeah, if you want to get a teaching degree, you can get it for free because we're so desperate for teachers here.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, first of all, you're definitely much smarter than me. Gonna put that on the table right away. But other than the higher level of intelligence, it does sound like our stories are similar, but in reverse of each other.
There's Ralsei there I see in the chat, is also working at a senior living facility.
Nowadays, I coined myself as an old person wrangler.
Kitty wrangler, old person wrangler, they're quite similar.
Yeah, well, ultimately, the route I took professionally was never really too relevant to me, because I just wanted to be the Otter dad. I wanted to be the dad, and I got the bean, and I'm a happy dad now. She is currently, what are you doing, bean? Is building stuff on my bookshelf. Fantastic. Was working. Big. All right. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you. Let's expand upon that. So, what is your ultimate goal? Like, would you, that whole doing this kind of thing, doing VTubing teaching for an actual class, would that be your end game, or is that just a step along the way?
It is a step along the way. I would actually like to continue on and get my doctorate at some point in curriculum development. I think pedagogy and developing innovative and new curriculum, our understanding of how people learn is ever expanding. I mean, for example, we were under the impression that there was this sort of learning styles, and that was going to be the next sort of how we develop curriculum, catering to learning styles. But a lot of the research now is saying that, well, maybe it isn't actually learning styles that people have. It's just what they're sort of socialized to do. So there's a lot of new interesting things on the horizon for research in how people learn, the psychology of education, and I would really be interested in learning that. And so yes, Dr. Aegis.
All right. Can I just say that Dr. Aegis is like the most metal... I got bared. Thank you for the bear, Parker 166. All right, yeah, Dr. Aegis is like the most metal VTuber name out there, so that would be pretty dope.
Yes.
All right, very cool, very cool. And you probably said it during the interim where I was getting just mercilessly assaulted with various things. But how long have you been at the whole content? Damn it, Steve! Hi, Sketch. Still here. So Steve is, and the coffee. Thank you, Chaos. They are cruel to me. So Steve is the late bear. Steve was so late that he didn't get the model upgrade that all the other bear, and a hammer. Thank you. So that was Steve the late bear. One of those blows to the head completely knocked loose whatever I was thinking. So thanks for that. Oh yeah.
You're talking like a song from The Lion King. Stop that. It makes no sense.
And it's sing mode. Thanks to Raiko, I've got to sing a song as I talk along. So, Mr. Aegis, tell me, how long have you been content creating?
It has been about 11 months, and it will be my 1-year anniversary next month.
He's got a year, so never fear. He's got 2 years, and I'm out of words. Duet! Figaro, Figaro, Figaro! Is a cat. Nomi of the Ice Giants. Hello, welcome to Outer Space. The Raiko, thank you for the sing mode. Okay, I'm pretty sure you said something about the time that you've been at it somewhere in the early parts, but I was busy being assaulted by everything. Everything. My goodness. I may have raised a very violent chat, and I apologize for that. Any hoozle bopper. So, I am curious. So, what was your big diving off point as far as being? I wonder if Aurora. Who's Aurora?
Oh, Aurora. Oh no.
If Aurora is taking notes on streamer abuse.
Oh yeah. Let's keep Aurora away from this. Aurora doesn't need to know anything more. Aurora is down on the bad noodle territory of our behavior chart in class.
Bad noodle. Oh my goodness, I am just getting abused today. Good lord. Oh, you brought high school into outer space, and they are just assailing me. All right, Baropolis. Yes, there's Steve. Damn it, Steve. I was just thinking. I was like, damn, I didn't see Steve that last time. Anyway, so at some point, okay, hydrate's actually a really good idea. Have you got a drink with you, Mr. Aegis?
Yes, indeed.
All right, we are hydrated, recovering from all the bear abuse. All right, so at some point, Mr. Aegis, the real world teacher, and Mr. Aegis, the VTuber, somewhere along the line, you decided to be a VTuber. Now, what would you say was your jumping off point as going from I'm a teacher in the real world to I am now also a badger in the internet?
Well, it was my good friend Caramel Bandit, who was a VTuber at the time, seems to be sort of retired now. Taking a significant break, and I thought, you know what, he's a fun guy, he's having a great time doing this, I think I can do it too. I don't really watch VTubers. I don't really like most VTubers, to be honest. Maybe that's a little bit weird to say, but I really don't actually watch. I could probably not name more than 2 or 3 of the bigger VTubers. It's because it's not normally my content. I prefer, I guess, people like you right here. Sort of small independent content creators, just people having a good time and chatting, doing different unique things. So I thought, you know what? I don't really enjoy most streamers. I don't really enjoy a lot of streaming. The one thing I do like, though, is hanging out and having a good time with friends and learning. You know what? My friend Caramel Bandit is doing VTubing. I think I can do that, too. Asked him a lot of questions about how to do it, where to start. Found out someone who could make me a nice model that was, not too expensive, but would be expressive and would be approachable and look fun. And they did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a slick model. Very nice. All right, well, cool. So basically, the Caramel Bandit was your gateway VTuber, such as it were. All right, very cool. Let's see here. Now, let me ask you this. I think it's pretty clear what sets you apart as a VTuber / content creator, but let's hear you put it into your own words. Like, I have my way that I would describe it, but what would you say sets you apart?
I think for a lot of the big VTubers, there's a sense that people are into it because, it's a community, when really it's so easy to get lost in that. What I call my class, I don't call them chat, I call them my class. We're a learning community. It's not really about me. It's about all of us learning together. I think the big thing that separates us is that everyone in the class, everyone in the chat, has an equal share in what we do. I would consider it something that we call in education a full value contract. That is, everyone plays a role, everyone has buy-in, everyone feels like they have a sense of ownership over what we do. If they want to learn about a particular topic, then that'll be the next topic that I teach about. If they want a particular redeem in there, you know what, we'll work together, we'll get it done. If they want me to sing a song, we'll talk about what song we want to sing. It's really not something that I do on my own. You know, if there's an aesthetic that we want to make tweaked, I will ask them first before we make any changes. Do you like this color on the background? Do you like that color on the background? I think approaching it like this belongs to everyone that's watching and wants to be a part of it, rather than a top-down, this is what I want to do. And that's something I learned in group behavior management as a teacher, in that, yes, you're the teacher, you're the one facilitating the learning, but everyone has to learn together. And I guess that's the big thing that I want to put into it.
All right. Oh, wow. Very articulate. I dig it. And just out of curiosity, I looked at a cut. So I usually vet my guests a little bit. Not secret agent Otter going up into people's business and finding out who and the what and the when. But I'm here to tell people to sing because it's a joy that no one should deprive themselves of because of cringe. You know what? If I was scared of cringe, I wouldn't be sitting here right now as an Otter. Okay.
Exactly.
But so I saw some gaming streams on your channel, but I didn't get a chance to see any of the like. Would you say you do the education during gaming, or are they two separate kinds of streams?
I do two separate kinds of streams, and they are full classroom style, which I think is what separates me from other teachers, or not teachers, but VTubers who are teacher VTubers. For most people, it's just a gimmick. You know, the major VTubers will be like, oh, I'm a half dragon succubus princess who's also a hotel manager. And then none of those things actually, you know, meaningfully play into their stream. Oh my goodness.
Vico's trying to teach us about archaeology.
I've been getting Deku nutted lately. Oh, hello, Ivy. Hello, Bit Shepherd. Yes. We do have a full lesson when I do my lesson streams, which is usually once a week or once every 2 weeks. Okay. And it's full, a slideshow. Although I try not to teach it like it's a slideshow. It's interactive. It's an engaging lesson. But it's a full hour of a classroom lesson. And it might be on sleep health, nutritional supplements, how to manage your social media, mental health. I'm doing one on food safety. We've done them on summer health and wellness. Oh, did you know that there's a difference between sunscreen and sun lotion? Sunscreen and suntan lotion?
I call them all sunblock, but no, I didn't know that.
Sunblock and sunscreen, they're two different things. That's the kind of thing I like to teach about, things that improve people's health and wellness, but they are full-blown lessons that typically last about an hour.
Oh, very cool. Very interesting. All right. Well, anybody that's not here from Mr. Aejis' class, make sure to give him a follow at all the below. Slime Hunter, that sounds great. We need more education/edutainment. Agreed. Much agreed. We got plenty of gamers in the space. We need VTubers to branch out, do your own thing. That's kind of why I wound up as doing the whole talk show thing rather than just another gaming stream. Although somehow the introverted Otter wound up as the talk show host. I don't know how that happened, but here we are. So very cool. So definitely anybody that isn't already following Mr. Aegis should do so at all of the below. Someday I'll get myself a point actual point animation so I can point instead of just like gesturing menacingly in that direction. That one hurt my neck. I'm getting so old. All right, very cool, very cool. So yes, you have to. That's what my wife's like. He actually does that. It's like, yes, that is how VTubing works. I move and the Otter moves and we're all moving. We're vibing. We're shaking. We're moving up and down and partying and getting very dizzy as I spin around in a circle. Anywho, now let me ask you this. So everybody faces certain hurdles in content creation of any kind, really. What would you say have been some of your roadblocks that have sprung up in your time as a content creator?
I think the biggest roadblock is that I don't really have any connection with any other VTubers, that I didn't really watch any. So I didn't have a great idea of, what would get me out there. The meta, the algorithm that people use to get themselves out there, to promote themselves. And I'm not great at self-promotion. It's the one thing that actually does make me a little cringy. And I tell my class all the time, don't worry about cringe. If you feel like singing, sing. If you feel like dancing, dance. But I feel a bit, I don't know, cringy when I'm self-promoting. It feels shameless. And I haven't really networked with a lot of people, mainly because I feel like it turns people off rather than gets me out there. But I think that's the biggest hurdle, is that I don't really have a whole lot of connection with other I live in a cave. I live in a den in the ground. I live in the dirt. So I don't get out much.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, self-promotion is one of those tickle. There's definitely a right way and a wrong way, but like that goalpost does change a little bit depending on the circumstances, wouldn't you say? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some people definitely do it the wrong way. Big old stretched out long wrong way. Anywho, so before we kind of move on from the interview portion of the episode, is there anything that Mr. Aegis has coming down the pipeline that you want to go ahead and tell us about?
So I am going to do a new series of lessons on personal care. We've been talking a lot recently about mental health, mental well-being, managing yourself on social media, managing your overstimulation, screen time, that kind of thing. So I'm going to transition back to more lessons about your physical health and well-being. We're going to be talking about back health. A lot of young people today are getting back injuries and back pain more than they were, in previous generations. Every millennial now has, back trouble. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to get started at the gym. I'm going to talk about taking care of your teeth and your eyes. So that's one thing, and we're doing monthly collaborations with Among Us now. I'd never really played Among Us, so I guess I have to start doing all the big fad games if I want to meet new people. And Minecraft. We've started playing Minecraft, which has been a joy and very interesting. I'd never played Minecraft before this month, so... Oh, wait, it's August. Oh, my God, it's August already. Yes.
Yeah. Trust me, I understand losing track of the month. So one of my big specialties, or my main purposes as an old person wrangler, is creating the calendar. But the thing about calendars being out in time to be useful, you have to be ahead of the game. So my brain is currently in September, about to be in October. So I am somewhat disjointed from time. The progression of time. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so no, I feel you losing that time connection, as it were. Minecraft is great. I'm not like you. I believe you probably have a better that's the word I'm looking for. Inflection. No, that's not the right word. I feel like you're gonna be better at not getting completely lost in it and staring at the screen rather than interacting. Chaos says, idea, remember September's 21st. September 21st. What's going on September 21st?
Remember
the
21st of September.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Thank you for translating. I was like, I was about to pull my calendar out and and see what I had on the calendar. Like, what is Rico talking about? All right. Okay. Well, that does us for. Yeah, you got. Yeah. I got. Not wrong. That's the new Rickroll going on out there. All right. So that pretty much does us for the interview section. So thank you so much for answering the questions. Now we're gonna move on to kind of the more loosely formed versions or sections of the show. Here's your good ooh-woo to end us on. So that is gonna be that. So thank you so much, Mr. Aegis.
We didn't get time to do ferrets, but if you want to see them, class. Make sure to see us next time. This Saturday we have our next lesson, so we will be giving a lesson on food safety and then playing some Minecraft. And if you are good, you'll get to see Moki and Ori, our class pets, and because they've been naughty lately too.
Oh my goodness, naughty ferrets. Uh-oh. All right, so that is going to be that for the night. So thank you for being my guest, thank you for being my neighbor, and thank you for being here throughout the slight scuff of learning a new format. Thank you for the love. Thank you everybody that stopped in. Anybody that's here from the oddities camp, make sure you go ahead and follow Mr. Aegis at all the below so you can get in on that delicious ferrety goodness. And until next time, everybody, remember to stay odd out loud. It's a hell of a lot more fun that way. That